And I want to make this video a very short and very simple video, because I think this video doesn't need to be very complex. This video doesn't need to have any special features. I just simply want to tell you what I think is one of the greatest hacks of all time. So we all know if something is urgent, then we really want to get it done, or we have to get it done. For example, when we have a class test coming up tomorrow at night or in the evening, we will study very, very hard in order to actually pass the test on the next day. So for example, also when the teacher says, all right, you have to hand in your paper by tomorrow, you're gonna be so urgent to do it. You're gonna be urged to do it. You're gonna sit down in the evening, you're gonna type as quickly as you've never typed, and you really try to get it done in the time that the teacher told you so. Even though perhaps you don't like the teacher, even though perhaps you don't like the school, even though perhaps you don't like the subject, and even though perhaps you don't even like the topic of that exam or that paper that you're writing, you still get it done. Also, the same thing applies, for example, when you're sitting in an exam and you have to finish the exam within the time that the teacher gave you. For example, you get a piece of paper, there are 5 tasks on it, and then the teacher tells you, all right, you have to finish this exam within the next 2 hours. So you look at the clock, let's say it's 9 o'clock in the morning, you have until 11 o'clock, and you're gonna get those things finished. I bet you anything. For example, if you're sitting at home and someone gives you these tasks and say, all right, you can just finish them, it will take you a couple of days in order to finish them. But if you have that kind of feeling of urgency, then you're gonna get them finished as quickly as possible. So the same thing also applies for my business, because what I try to do is I try to make things feel urgent even if they are not. And that is the kind of thinking that I want you to have. So for example, if there is a video course that you want to create, like this one right here, you say, all right, I could create this course without any date when it should be published, or I could say, I will create this course and I will publish it, well, by tomorrow. And you're gonna be like, wow, by tomorrow? That is incredible, but I think I can do it. I'm gonna give my best, and I really try to make it until tomorrow. So you're gonna work much harder, much more quickly. And that is the kind of thinking that actually gets you in the right direction, not just to become productive, but also become very successful. Because this hack is actually from the creator of The Walking Dead. And he's a person that always tried to create a feeling of urgency, a feeling of false urgency. He tries to make things urgent in order for himself to really finish the things that he told himself are urgent, even though perhaps they're not. So that is really one of the best hacks that I know, because if you're able to create that kind of feeling and you push yourself with all possible force in the right direction, you are going to be able to achieve great things. You're going to be able to become much more productive, you're going to finish more things, you're going to become hopefully happier because you worked more, and through the more work you actually, for example, made more money, or you met more people, or you met perhaps the right person in your life, or perhaps just simply you gained influence. So when you call things urgent, your brain is going to shift from the mode from it doesn't really matter, I can finish it whenever I want, to the mode of I have to get it done. And that is the kind of mode that I want you to be in all the time, to get over the line with things, to finish things up, to be able to have a product that you can show people. For example, my Udemy courses, I try to create one Udemy course every single day, so that I have 7 Udemy courses out every single week. And that is also one thing that my business is doing. I really try to focus with my clients and with the people that I work with to be extremely quickly with everything that we are doing. Whether it's creating of new online courses, whether it's, for example, to push our accounts up to have 10, 20,000 followers, for example, on Instagram, Facebook, or Snapchat, and so on. And we really try to create extremely quickly our content. We try to build our business so that, for example, every single day I have sometimes like 2 or 3 podcast interviews. Then in the evening, I'm going on a TV show. Actually, I had 3 TV shows within the last 3 months. Actually, 1 TV show every single month. That is for me quite a lot, to be honest. But I had around 40 podcast interviews in the last 3 months, actually. And also, I was in interviews. You can actually check them on YouTube. And we really try to be extremely quickly with what we are doing, because we have that kind of feeling of urgency. I want to make $1 million within the next 2 years. That is the kind of goal that I have. I make it urgent. I really try to work extremely hard in order to get there. And that is the kind of thinking that helped me to become extremely successful, and that I want you to have in order to become as successful as I am right now, or perhaps even more successful by being more productive, by making things, and by finishing things more quickly.